And we are on. Great to see everybody. If you're new to this channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Logan, and this is the Storytime Show. Your home for timeless personal growth and development. And enough with the bullshit. We're going to go right into it. Get ready, get relaxed, get caffeinated, because here we go. Today's episode 45, we're going to be talking about changing your flaws to strengths. So I know you've done it. I've done it. Using our flaws of what we think is our flaws and using it to justify not taking action. Using it to justify not to do the things that we want to do. Using it to justify not going after the women or the men that we want in our lives. Using it to justify not going after our passions and our dreams. Using it to justify not going to the gym and getting in shape and making positive changes to our life. We've all done it. I've done it too. I'll give you a quick example of my own life where I've done that, using my quiet, introverted nature as an excuse not to do things. Take this YouTube channel to start with. I started this 5 months ago. If I did this YouTube channel, started it 15 years ago, I would have done like 3 videos and I would have been like, forget this, I can't do this. I can't talk in front of the camera. I'm introverted. Using that as an excuse not to do the things that I want. And being I'm just talking to a camera. I'm here alone in my apartment. There's nobody here. Unless only you guys are the ones that are seeing me on the internet right now. But anyway, that was an example of my mindset at the time, using my introverted nature not to do the things that I want to do. Instead of looking at introverted nature as a strength. I'm quiet. I'm calm. I'm to myself. I'm not the person always talking in a group of people. That I'm actually observing people. I may be picking up on things that people don't see. Why? Because I'm not busy flapping my gums all the time. I'm watching. I'm observing people. Picking up on little things. So maybe I'm not the most talkative person in the world in a big group of people, but I pick up on subtleties. I pick up on social nuances. Social acuity is much stronger than my ability to talk in front of a big group of people, or doing like public speaking, for example. That helps me in my job at work, because I work with kids and I need to be able to pick up on subtleties. I need to be able to pick up on nuances, a kid's emotional state of mind. I can pick up on that because I'm observing. I'm not busy talking to them all the time. I'm watching to see what their state of mind is. How are they feeling in this particular moment? Because I know how to make a step back and back off and be able to watch them. So introverted nature, I've used that as a strength to benefit me in my professional life and my personal life. Or it helps me build interpersonal relationships with people much better. Instead of being the person talking all the time and always thinking about the next thing that I want to say. Because all that's important is what I want to say, instead of listening what the other person has to say. Building those communication skills. And that's an example of using what I thought was a flaw and turning it into a strength. Another example is the Napoleon complex. People who are very short in stature make up for it by being very talkative, very expressive people. They want people to notice them. Being short is not a flaw. But they make up for it and turn it into a strength by being very talkative. People can't control their height. So if you're like 4'11", 5 feet, and you wish you were a taller person, that's something you can't control. But you make up for it by being a very communicative, talkative person and building communication skills and being very extroverted. And yeah, like I said, you can't control your height. But there are things that you can control. 2 things you can control. And if this is a flaw that you feel you have, when it relates to your emotional well-being and your physical state. Those two things you can control. You can learn emotional mastery and physical mastery. You can learn those things. Start going to the gym. If you start going to the gym and working out, you're controlling your physical state of mind, your physical state, controlling how your body feels. Especially now, we need to be physical and boost that goddamn immune system in us, right? We need that. And you can control and do something about your emotional state of mind. Doing the things you want to do. Going the places you want to go. We can control that. So if you feel that's a flaw that you have when it relates to emotionality and physicality, you have the power to control that. Unlike your stature, when it comes to being short or tall, you can't control that. You can control the things that are controllable and changing those flaws to a strength. And that's easy. Last point is going to be, don't let those flaws define you. I'll use autism as an example. Children who have autism, it doesn't define them. It doesn't define who they are as people. It's not their personality. Autism affects their social development, but it boosts their creative development. People who are on the spectrum have much more creative development than neurotypical people. Yes, they're flawed. I use that term loosely in terms of their social development. But there's nothing wrong with that, and it doesn't define who they are as people. And that's okay. Autism's not a personality trait. It's just part of their social development, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with it. It doesn't define them. Do not let whatever flaw, I don't care what the flaw is, it doesn't define you as a person, and it shouldn't stop you from doing the things that you want to do. And on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. If this video was of value to you, you can like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram at Timeless Personal Growth and Development. And if you guys are having an issue or a problem with anything, when it comes to finding purpose, developing an empowering mindset, when it comes to any kind of child development, if you have children, you can email me at loganrider444@gmail.com, and we can have a conversation. I know we'll see you all in another life, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Go do something about those flaws.